there guys, gals, non-binary pals, GM Potter here, and today we are going over The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. So this one was an Owlcrate book, Owlcrate featured book from, oh, what month was it? I don't remember. I'll link it up in the cards up top. But we've got the little card, and I wanted to show you underneath. So it actually said, this is the naked book. It says loyalty through and through. And then it's got this beautiful forest on the inside. And then on the inside of the dust jacket, because on the back it says, we are lanterns the forest can never snuff out. And then this is the inside of the dust jacket, which... let's get into it. So this book came out this year, 2022, and this is the book that actually inspired me to cancel my Owlcrate. So this is the third one of the books that I've gotten around to reading, and it just didn't do it for me. It didn't. It had me in the first half. Like, the first half was interesting, and it was world building, but I was willing to suspend my disbelief. Like, it was a little hokey in places that we've got the Sundays, the Mondays, the Tuesdays, the Wednesdays, the Thursdays, the Fridays, the Saturdays. Like, and they're so named because that's the night they patrol the woods, and they each have a quality. Let me get the thing out because it says on here. Patient Sunday, Studious Monday, Warrior Tuesday, Loyal Wednesday, Ever Prepared Thursday, Honorable Friday, or Power-Loving Saturday. It's Divergent. Like, but, and I didn't enjoy Divergent, but it's not as well done as Divergent, which is saying something. So, like, I was willing to suspend my disbelief, and I was willing to go along with it for the first half, and then the second half of the book just, it felt repetitive, and once you read the blurb, like the Winnie Wednesday, which is a terrible character name, just awful. Winnie Wednesday wants nothing more than to join the Luminaries, the ancient order of protector that protects Winnie's town and the rest of humanity from the monsters and nightmares that rise in the forest of the Hemlock Falls every night. Ever since her father was exposed as a witch and a traitor, Winnie and her family have been shunned. But on her 16th birthday, she can take the deadly Luminary Hunter trials and prove herself true and loyal and restore her family's good name, or die trying. But in order to survive, Winnie enlists the help of one person who can train her, Jay Friday, the resident bad boy and Winnie's ex-best friend. While Jay might be the most promising new hunter in Hemlock Falls, he also seems to know more about nightmares of the forest than he should. Together, he and Winnie will discover a danger lurking in the forest no one in Hemlock Falls is prepared for. Not all monsters can be slain, and not all nightmares are confined to the dark. So that's the whole book. Like, there's sequels, but it's like there's sequels planned, but it's like, okay. I just gave you the whole book, spoilers and all. Like, that's the whole book. That's it. Like, there's no surprise for the reader once you've read that, and it's just, it's sad. It's really, really sad. And Susan Dennard, the author, is an award-winning, let me read her author flab, is the award-winning New York Times bestselling author of the Witchland series, now development for TV from the Jim Henson Company, and Something Strange and Deadly series, in addition to the short fiction published online. She also runs the popular newsletter for writers, misfits, and daydreamers. When not writing or teaching, she can be found rolling dice as a dungeon master or mashing buttons on one of her way too many consoles. Okay, sounds like an interesting author. But her online newsletter and her online presence, I found out while I was looking up reviews for this book, because I couldn't help but like look at Goodreads. Like I keep telling myself I'm not gonna look at Goodreads because there's spoilers and there's people who just, most of the people who give bad reviews on Goodreads just didn't get the book. This one, I'm not ashamed to admit, I just didn't get it. Like, I just didn't get it. But apparently, this book was essentially crowdsourced for ideas that she, um, at least in part, she put together reader polls and took ideas from her online community. At least that's what everyone on Goodreads was saying in their reviews, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Because this book is very lowest common denominator. It's very much, well, what if Divergent had done this? Well, what if Hunger Games had done that? Well, what if Beautiful Creatures had been more like it feels like every dystopian chosen one young adult book I've read. And I've read a lot. Like that was everything that was going on in the young adult sphere for a while. Like, and everything feels stolen or lifted. Like it's so derivative of everything else that it just frustrated me and it made me genuinely angry and disappointed. And I just, should you read this? Honestly, I would say no. This is a strong no. I try to be generous because I know writing is hard. I'm a writer. Writing is hard. Creating things out of whole cloth, out of just your imagination, is hard. But A, she didn't do that. She asked everybody else, what should I write about? Okay, I'll write about that, and then just cobbled everything together. So this isn't really her idea. And on top of that, it's not well done. Like, I don't know how she's a best-selling author and an award-winning author if this is what she puts together. Like, it just frustrates me. So, have you read The Luminaries? What did you think? Have you read anything else by Susan Dennard? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.